All right, so again, we have our anchor chart to help us flow with our reading. Again, we're looking at inventors. Inventors is a noun because they are people. Innovate means to create, which is a verb that means doing. They are innovating. They are creating. Inventors help people around the world live longer, healthier, and more productive lives. So again, we are focused on inventors within this unit, okay? Inventors, they solve problems. They identify and they find a need. They brainstorm different solutions. They brainstorm, they think about different solutions that they can help with the problems. Their characteristics, they are creative, a growth mindset, persistent, they don't give up. They think outside the box. They don't just think about what people have told them or what they read. They go beyond that. They are smart. They are strong-willed. They don't give up easily. And again, they are determined. Their impact on the world. They find solutions. Solutions equal our lives being better. Society change. Yes, they also change how we live because they're creating bigger and better things to help us. And the need is met. What we need in this time, when a new invention is made, that need that we have is now met because there is a solution. The future, new need identified. So for the future, we're going to have new needs now. More possible solutions. Lives can always get easier. So it's not just, oh, we created an invention now and that's it. It doesn't stop there. The future holds more inventions that we can create because we can always make our lives easier no matter what it is. Again, remember we said inventions can be changed from transportation to public safety. There's so many avenues that inventions can help us in our lives. So we're never just going to stop inventing. So our first story is A Woman with a Vision by Roman Karp. The title gives us clues. So let's look at the title. A Woman with a Vision. Which two words are in bold? Yes.
Woman and vision.
Woman and vision. That is the author giving us clues. Your vision is you seeing something, right? So the woman who we're about to read about, she must have had a vision or something insightful about something. Why is woman in bold? Is because this time period is during the 1900s, where it was more dominated by men. So it was more men in charge. It was more men inventors. Not many women were heard of. So that is why the title has woman in bold, okay? So she broke some type of barrier for women, which is a plus for people like me, right? Let us read. No one would ride in a car that was driven by somewhere wearing a blindfold. Stop. That is the author giving us a comparison. So now we're thinking about driving, and the author is giving us a vision of someone being blind. Because blindfold means you cannot see, right? Yeah. So the author is helping us with a comparison to see. Imagine driving your car when you cannot see. You would feel what? Unsafe, right? Yeah. You'd feel what? Maybe a little nervous. Maybe your heart start pounding in your chest, right? Because you're like, oh no, I can't see what's going on. Well, that's how people felt during this time period. Let's figure out why. It would be a disaster, but the first cars did not have windshield wipers. Heavy snow and rain could obscure the driver's vision, so driver could not see the road. Stop. The author used a word like disaster. Is that word a negative or positive word?
Negative.
So right away we know the author's tone is he has a negative view on drivers not being able to see out of the car, right? Because the author used his choice words with disaster. Then it goes on to say the first cars. So we're going way back into when the first cars were invented, right? There were no what?
Windshield wipers.
Windshield wipers. So did we find the problem in the text?
Yes.
Yes, we did. And because it had no windshield wipers, what was the effect of that?
The driver could not see.
The drivers couldn't see, all right? Drivers had to stop the car. They had to get out. They had to clear the windshield by hand. I don't know about you guys, but if you cannot see, it's usually because of rain or snow or it's complete darkness. Do you think it's safe to get out of the car and do this? No. Probably not. It's probably not safe. Only then could they drive on after they cleared the window. Do you know what's out there in the dark? No. If it's snowing, can you always see cars coming? No. So this is not safe at all, okay? It's dangerous. Basically, again, even though the author did not use lots of choice words in these sentences, I'm going to apply that based off of what the author has wrote here, that he's saying the roads are going to be dangerous. So he said disaster in the beginning, and he's implying towards the end of the text here that it is dangerous. Then he shows us a photograph here, and I'm going to read the caption because remember the caption gives the photograph more meaning, right? It says, years ago, a driver had to clear the windshield wiper by hand. In my photograph here, you see a man getting out of the car where there's a lot of snow here, and he is trying to clear it off by his hand. Mind you, drivers coming on this side of the road, their vision could be obscured too. They could not be seeing this man. He could possibly be hit by another car. This is why it's so dangerous, because the snow and the rain makes it so hard to see if you don't have those windshield wipers clearing it every 2 seconds like how they do in the cars now, okay, presently. All right, next page. All right, it says, ready? Mary Anderson, 1866, 1953, changed that. So our person of interest, our woman of interest is Mary Anderson. You see where it says 1866/1953? That means that she was born in 1866. That also means that she died in 1953. That's why you see it there in those parentheses, okay? So what's happening is the author is saying that we had a problem with the vision being obscured in cars back in the day, but this woman of interest changed that. Let's see how she did it. In 1903, she was riding in a streetcar. The weather was bad. She saw drivers constantly stopping to clear their windshields. She thought there had to be a better way. Stop. What is she thinking in her mind?
That there's a better way.
Very good. There must be a better way. This is not it. This is not helpful. This is not safe. She's probably thinking in that brain of hers, okay? Ready? She invented a window clearing device. People who drove could control the wipers from inside their cars. The first wipers were manual. Manual means done by hand, okay? Right now in our cars, it's automatic. You press a button and it does it for your parents when they're driving in the car, right? Manual means that you probably had to keep doing it in the car by hand to make it go, left to right, all right? Not motorized, so motorized is like automatic. But Anderson's invention changed cars forever. She made driving safer, all right? So she saw a problem and she came up with a solution. So do people get out of their car now?
No.
No, they could at this time in the 1900s, because remember it says that she invented it in 1903. At this time, even though it was done manually, it was done manually on the inside of their cars. So it was still safer than getting out to do it, all right? Then another inventor came behind her and made it automatic. So it was just a button that you could press, all right? Here we can see a photograph of heavy snow falling. And in the caption, it says, in 1903, during bad weather, Anderson rode in a streetcar like this. So the author is showing us what a streetcar looked like. That's when she got her idea for windshield wipers. And remember earlier I said that inventors are inspired by nature. When it's talking about nature, snow is nature, isn't it? Snow, rain, sleet, all that is nature. That's what inspired her to see the snow falling and how it affected the cars. Yes?
What's sleep?
Precipitation that comes from clouds. It comes down in the form of ice, and then you have hail, rain, and then snow. They all come down from the clouds. Yes?
I used to think hail was just like a 2D circle.
So the hail are like circle as like this big. Sometimes it can be bigger, and it drops down from the clouds when they get too heavy, and they slam down on the ground or cars or people very fast, very hard if you're out there. It hurts. I've been stung by hail before, but that's besides the point. In this one, we're just talking about simple snow. And then in this photograph, you can see her first invention of the windshield wiper, and the author is showing you a picture of Mary Anderson so you know exactly what she looks like. That's why it's here. All right, who is our person of interest? Who is our inventor? Yes?
Mary Anderson.
Mary Anderson. What problem did she see? Yes?
She saw that people are coming out and coming in and cleaning the snow out of the window.
Coming out of what?
Coming out of the car.
Coming out of their car and cleaning the windshield. What was the solution for that? What solution did she come up with for that problem?
She came up with a solution about making windshield wipers.
She made windshield wipers that you can hand control from within the car and not have to come out of the car and be faced with danger. What characteristics describes Mary Anderson? Yes?
She is kind.
We don't know that she's kind because the text did not tell us that. Not to say that she's not kind, but we need text evidence to prove her traits. Yes?
She's smart.
Well, yes, she's very smart. Yes.
Helpful.
She was helpful because she came up with a solution for a problem. Yes.
Nice.
We do not know she's nice because the text does not back that up. Again, when we are looking for text, we need text evidence. Yes.
Creative.
Creative. Yes. Creative. You were saying too good. Yes.
Careful.
She is. Anything else? All right. Very good. We can say those because she saw a problem and she decided, I want to do something. I want to create something to make this situation better. Again, it is not that Mary is not kind and a nice person, but if we don't have facts to back that up, we cannot say that, right? Because if we're looking at an assessment, if it says kind and nice, how are you going to highlight your text evidence to back that up? You won't be able to, right? Okay? How does she impact this world? How does she make it better? Yes.
So people don't have to come out and come in and out of the car.
Very good.
And
She
then the
made
car
it
can-
convenient. Absolutely. She made it convenient. What time period was this happening in?
1866 to 1953.
And what year was her invention created? Yes.
1903.
1903. And if you think about the genre here, this genre is a biography. How do I know that? Because it has a person of interest. It tells me when she was born and when she died. It tells me her most biggest achievement is coming up with the windshield wiper. So when I look back, it's giving me facts and it's
Thank